Yeah, well, Boston fans get their brooms out. They just swept the Yankees. They are playing terrible baseball, absolutely lifeless baseball. And what can you say? This team, this team is not. This team not only needs leadership, it needs reliability too. So I think about this, but it's very frustrating to watch, very hard to watch, and I can't blame you guys and gals for them being hard to watch either. What I would do right now, I said this earlier, that I would start making moves now. I would much rather lose with a bunch of young kids who are still developing and working hard than win with guys who don't do that. So, and the veterans are not playing. Which reason why I would not send down Volpe is because he's working his ass off. Even though he's not playing, everybody wants him to play. He's still working his ass off. He brings energy. And so I'd rather have him here and let him have his lumps. And I would call up guys like Japar and Andre and Oswald Peraza too. Bring some energy to this team, okay? And it's I know the common and most common, I get it too, understandable theme is fire Boone, fire Cashman, but firing both of them isn't going to mean dick if you're throwing the same roster out in the field. Nothing. So a lot of folks think, a new manager is going to just shake the whole. No, he's not. A new champion's going to shake. There's a lot of moves that need to be made. So, and if I'm Cashman right now, I'm going to be proactive. I am not waiting until the trade deadline while a bunch of other teams can make moves here, moves there, moves here, moves there. What I mean by reliability is, like this offseason, I understand the mystique and the excitement of going after a guy like Carlos Rodon, who's the high end, the big arm, big guy. But with him comes question marks, right? And right now, red flags. So I would love to get Aaron Nola and like Martin Perez or Eduardo Rodriguez from the freaking Tigers. It's just two guys who can reliably throw 6-7 innings on a regular basis, right? Keep them in a game, let the bats do the work. And I would obviously have to work on offense too. Look at the pitcher. I never heard of this freaking guy from Boston, but look what he did. He threw 7 innings, right? There's a lot of these pitchers who throw like Sandy Koufax when they're pitching against the Yankees. We never hear about these guys. And quietly, they just have dudes reliably throwing innings, and the Yankees do not have that. And they need it. Nestor Cortez, like Luis Severino. And I'm sick of the on paper we're awesome. On paper doesn't mean shit. You have to perform on the field. You got to stay healthy. Okay, you got to win. These guys are paid millions of dollars to win. That's why I say, if you're going to fire Cashman, get rid of a lot of players too, because it's their job, right, to produce. It's not Boone's job to motivate everybody on a regular basis. He's the manager. Does he motivate people? We'd hope that he does, but that's not his primary job. Job is to win. And these guys are adults who don't necessarily need motivation when they're making boatloads of money. So, making this team, figuring out a way to keep this team productive and efficient, right, while trying to win games is of utmost importance. And again, finding the right guys here. So, and I appreciate, like some of these veterans, they don't look happy, including Judge. They clearly don't look happy. Stanton and Rizzo, we need them to, be productive. We really need them to be productive. What's Ozzie Guillen going to do, Sean? He ain't going to change the whole fortunes of the team. What's he going to do? So, and this is the thing. Ozzie, yeah. I don't know if he's the right temperament for this team either, but why would Don Mattingly be the right fit for this team, Neil? I'm just curious. He's over in Toronto right now. Why would he leave Toronto to come here? What would he do that's not being done here? I'm just curious. So that's my question for you, Neil. Ozzie's the motivated type of go. Whole smoke until Cashman does nothing once again. We don't know, Corey, but this is the problem too, right? A lot of folks think that Cashman's going to do nothing. That's a problem. So we need Cashman to do something tonight, tomorrow, even if it's a little thing on occasion, just to show us that he's making incremental moves to try to make this team better, right? I mean, seriously, we need him to do things. We can't expect him to do blockbuster trades all the time. First of all, it's not possible. They don't have enough players on the major league side. And if they're going to make a blockbuster trade, they're going to have to use a lot of minor leaguers. Forget major leaguers, right? So, by the way, smash that like button. Get me over 100 likes, 100 folks in here. Let's get over 100 likes if you don't mind. It's greatly appreciated. And happy Father's Day to the dads before I go any further. The dads, the grandfathers, stepdads, the foster dads, everybody who's a dad, happy Father's Day. So hopefully, you had a great day, and it's an honor to be in the same group as you and to celebrate this special day with you. So now we can get back to being pissed off at the Yankees. So, and this is the thing. Yeah, I mean, we need it. It's not only something major. Like we could trade for Shohei Otani right now. It's not going to put the team in first place. It's not. You need more than Shohei Otani. No, you need more. Now, the coaching staff, I do think, they can find make some improvements there. Yes, yes, and and like just like Dylan Lawson the other day, like I don't want somebody to speak politically correct. Just be straightforward when they interview you. Like sometimes you feel like they're treating us like we're stupid. We're not stupid. We know what's going on too. So please be straight up about this if you're going to get interviewed. Very rarely do you get interviewed, but when you do, tell it like it is, please. So we don't like that feeling like we're being patronized. So we just don't. So it's just tipping points. Right now, Sean. And the problem is there's too much of a reliance on Aaron Judge. His offense. His offense is a big benefit, but you need more reliable players who can complement this line. It can't be one dude and like 8 regular Joes. It can't be that. It's got to be balanced across the board, right? So, no, Peanut, I won't be out of business. I ride or die my Yankees, good or bad. Peanut, ride or die, baby. I'm not a fair weather fan, and I never will be. So this is, I'll ride the bottom with them, just like I'll ride the top, man. You know what I mean, Peanut? So I won't be going anywhere. We're going to ride this, and we're going to get through this, and we'll do our part to help make them better. We will do. You know what I mean? Hideki Matsui. I mean, maybe, but the problem is, does he speak English? You're going to need a translator for your hitting coach. So, what I think he's hired Aaron Judge's hitting coach is Dylan Lawson. Well, he just happens to be a star player who's a very advanced hitter. Very advanced hitter, right? So, 18 innings, 8 hits, 300. Yeah, I mean, yeah, James, like I said, I mean, I would rather play kids who are developing and making mistakes, but working their ass off over veterans who aren't producing. I mean, and getting paid boatloads of money. Which is why, like I said, I mean, people think I'm nuts, but like, I swear, if and I don't think it'll ever happen, but in the collective bargaining agreement, there should be an opt-out clause for teams too, not only players who can opt out and then go for a bigger contract. There should be a team opt-out too, so they can opt out of somebody's contract that aren't doing anything, living up to your contract. They should opt out of your ass. There should be an option on both sides. Make it fair. Make it fair. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, if anybody, I mean, the prevailing theme too is if anybody's going to go, it should be Cashman. But the problem is he's an expert at their business model. He makes them filthy rich. So now, if you could just make him VP of whatever and bring somebody else in for a GM, that's a worthwhile proposition to entertain. But I'm not exactly sure they're willing to do that. I mean, he does what Hal wants, and that's the thing. So, and which it is what it is. That's the reality right now, no matter what. So that's why I don't think Cashman's going to go anywhere. So, I think Cashman does sleep outside stadium on and homeless with police monitoring the event. In other words, he's scared shitless. No, he's a man. He's got stature, so it's not that he's asking the police. The police are going to be there. The Yankees are probably asking the police because he's essentially a celebrity. So if there was a politician doing it, there'd be police for them too. So that's just the way, that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, he's got stature. So but I get what you're saying, dude. I totally get what you're saying. Bader, yeah, I mean, so Bader is scheduled to be back on Tuesday. They're off tomorrow. He's scheduled to be back on Tuesday. So, yeah, you can't do that, Peanut. The tape won't do anything for his toe, unfortunately. I wish, but I don't expect to see him for at least 4 weeks, honestly. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of this lineup's embarrassing. You know what I mean? No doubt about that. The good thing we didn't sign that contract, Rose, right? That we didn't sign that Cashman. I mean, that Stanton contract. The Marlins did. And the Marlins, just like this is the thing too. Like the Marlins got a lot of the prime years of Stanton, while he was there, and he was murdering the ball. So, and this is why I say having a guy like Juan Soto over Shohei Otani would be a better move for the Yankees because they're getting a much younger player. You'd be getting a lot more prime years. So I understand how people want, uh, Show Otani because if he's a two-way guy. Peanut, don't be sorry, dude. I understand. A lot of people getting tired of this team. A lot of people getting tired of this team. Right now, I'd be making some moves right now, even if it's incremental moves. Incremental moves. And this is what like as Esteban Flores had his 18th home run today. Oswald Peraza got on base for his 19th consecutive game, and is over 10 stolen bases. Andres Chappelle, like these guys are hot. I don't want them to wait for these guys to get super hot and then cool down and then call them up. And what the hell is the point of that? Call them up when they're hot. Let these guys see if they can, capitalize and maintain the momentum up in the majors. Like this is really not, complicated. And again, Donaldson's not. He's doing stuff with the glove and on occasion with the bat, but Peraza would think would be at this point a much better investment. And I would put Rizzo on IL because he doesn't look the same with his neck and his back. So put him on IL and call up Chaparro. Get some young blood in here. Get some energy here. So maybe it'll really, really revitalize the team a bit. So, I mean, Benintendi unfortunately didn't want to come back here. And I mean, I think Masataka Yoshida, who's with Boston, that would have been a good fit here. But unfortunately, he's with Boston now. So, and this is what I was saying too, Udolph. I mean, the last place team in the AL East is better than almost all the teams in the other divisions. Every team over 500 in the AL East, it's the only division that has that. So this team is a lot tougher than people think it is. So even if you're last place and last place sucks, but if you're at last place and over 500, you're better than most of the other teams, which is crazy, but it's true. Like, I'm with you, Mike. Yankees need changes. Yeah. Yeah. Firing Boone isn't going to do as much as you think it is, Sean Browning. You need a lot more than that. Yeah, same. Thank you, Effie. Yeah. Kind words, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope your fathers have a great Father's Day, man. Kenny for last place. Yeah, we are, Ed. You ain't lying, man. It's getting late early. Is a Yokiism here. Judge is out for probably another 4 weeks, Tiffany, at least, I'd say. Let's see. Mike and Rob, one of the first people that's saying this, hold players accountable, fire the players, right? Hold players accountable. Fire Cashman, fire Boone doesn't mean anything if you don't hold players accountable. So thank you for saying that. Yeah, McKinney hustles, Bowers. Yeah, I mean, we need more dudes that hustle. Cubs, Cubs went 5 in a row and they lost, yeah. I'm telling you, Yankee Mike, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of folks want the batting coach fired to Dylan Lawson. I get that. And it was a brutal series, and if he, yeah. Where's the accountability? Yeah, it's a good question, Corey. It's a good question. Like, I mean, I'm just always curious to, Greg Weiser was a 27th man tape. Whenever it is, they'll have a 27th man. It could have been Esteban Florio. Could have been Oswald Pry. It could have been any one of those guys. No. Yeah. Easily, you say, yeah. Yeah, and Stanton, and you know what's the thing with Stanton's contract too? After the season, he makes about $25 million a year. After the season, the next 3 seasons, I should say, the Marlins pay $10 million of that per year. So the Yankees pay 15 of that a year for the next 3 years. And then there's an opt out for 2027. There's an option that the team can exercise with the player or whatever. So there's 3 more guaranteed seasons after this one. And the Marlins are paying $10 million a year for the next 3 years. So that's, yeah, you got that right, Rose. Yeah, man, you got that right. Shoot. What up, John Blum? And shout out to everybody in the chat, too. Shout out there. We got 147 people here. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Smash the like button just because we're together and venting over this Yankees damn sweep. It's embarrassing ass sweep. So, I'm already looking forward to trade deadline. I'm looking forward to free agency. Like when Jim Riley from Ballcap Sports comes on towards late July, we're going to talk about what do you call it? The trade deadline. The trade deadline. We're gonna be doing it like that, and um, you know, what do you call it? Trade deadline predictions. We're gonna talk about the state of our friend like we usually do, but we're gonna be probably about 10 days out from the trade deadline, so we're gonna give predictions and all that type of stuff. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. Well, you're not wrong, Brett. But yeah, but he came out of nowhere too, right, Brett? So we need dudes like that. We need dudes like that, man. So yes, Greg. Boone doesn't hire the players. He doesn't sign the players. We have plenty of guys who should be picking up the slack while Judge is out. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Firing Boone isn't going to change that. It's not the only. If you're going to fire Boone, you have to hold players accountable. If you're going to fire Cashman, you got to hold players accountable too. You got to do both. It's not just one. No, I'm drinking water. I feel like I'm getting drunk on freaking water. So yeah. Um. Yeah, well, exactly, Hector. And that's. I mean, I think a lot of people, forget that he's running a business, not a baseball team. Business first, baseball team second. Yes, that's not what we want, of course, as fans. But that's unfortunately the way that he's doing it, and the way, and he makes you feel that way too with his actions. He'll speak one way, his actions speak differently. So you know what I mean. If you're a Yankee fan, I'm reading negative comments about giving up with more than half. Well, exactly. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fair weather fan. I ride with my team, good or bad, no matter what. Period. So, and I'll be here when they come back up. So, and that's one of the best feelings ever. You know what I mean? So, it's just, well, why would, then my question to you, Jonathan, why would they sell the team? They make more money each year. So why would they, in like 2 3 years, it'll probably be worth 10 billion. So they're just going to get richer and richer and richer. So, I mean, to them, I don't think they would sell. I get what you're saying, but to them, they're going to be like, why? I'm going to keep making more money. That thinks their mentality. Rich is going to keep getting richer, unfortunately, which sucks, but it's true. Can't get rid of DJ Stanton. Yeah, you're not wrong, Rose. You are not wrong. You can try to move Stanton. I mean, this is the thing. If you're going to get Shohei Otani, then you're going to have to figure out a way to move Stanton because Otani DHs when he's hitting, when he's not pitching. So you're going to have it's a required move just to get a guy like Otani. So it's going to be a lot harder to get him than people think. Well, that's the thing too, Jonathan. You fire sale like when they a couple years ago, was it 2016 when they traded Andrew Miller and Chapman and like was it Beltran, McCann, like they had assets to trade away, and these guys were on the money. Miller was dominant, Chapman dominant, like guys were on it. We don't have guys like that around. Torres hits pretty well when he's good. He's not a dominant player. Neither is Severino. He's got a big arm. Do I think the team will take him? Sure, because he has a big arm. But and I think a team would take Torres too. But at the same time, they're not going to get a blockbuster trade led by any of these guys. So you're going to have to add minor league prospects to get a blockbuster trade done. So if I'm them, I'm making several incremental trades. It's like a couple years ago too, when the Braves lost Acuna, and that sucked because he was, right up there with Judge. They made some incremental trades and they won the World Series that year. So it has happened. The impact of losing Acuna is the same thing as the impact of losing Judge. They're both star players, the franchise player of their team. So, it has happened. Again, the Braves made a bunch of incremental trades that year. So that's what I mean. If I'm the Yankees, I am definitely recommending that they do something like that. If you want to get better, because again, you have 5 holes. Getting one superstar player doesn't answer the other 4; it answers one. So you make several moves to start addressing holes. So that's my opinion, and you folks may agree, may not agree, but it's and again, we're all frustrated as hell, trying to come up with solutions. So, but yeah, I mean, and Rose is right here, a change in philosophy that can only happen. Well, that and leadership players, the leadership players, you get the right players here. Like Cole, he breathes fire, and you could see it. When the offense, the defense doesn't do anything, he looks like he's going to kill you, and he pushes other guys. We need Judge to do that with the offense, and Rizzo to do that with the offense. We need some of these guys to show vocal leadership. So we have guys here, but if you're not going to do that, then how can we blame Cashman for something that we need Judge to do or Rizzo to do? And I get the philosophy, fire Cashman, I get that, but it goes so much further than that. So new batting coach, yeah, I would be looking into that too, Rob. Yes, dude, James, I think, and I said this yesterday. I think they're looking for a reason to justify DFAing Donaldson because of the rest of his salary. So, but again, like if you justify him and you call a pros and you get better production, you're paying Donaldson no matter what. He doesn't have trade value, so you're not going to trade him. So come to acknowledge it now, accept it now. You're paying him no matter what. His entire contract, it's guaranteed. So if you DFA him, you move on, you bring Peraza. If you get better production, you get better production for the money you're already paying. It's that simple. It's really not complicated. So if I would do the same, DFA Donaldson and bring Peraza up, I would, and hope it works. Hope it works. I mean, it's definitely a head scratcher, John. And I get it, man. And if it's offense. I mean, one of the reasons I proposed this whole trade series I just did, and then we had offense in the outfield. We addressed bullpen. We offered starting pitching. Like our three biggest needs were involved in all the trades that I made. So, and that's one reason why I made the trade, because giving up the farm for Otani is only going to solve so much. And again, he's the sexy name. I get that, but like we need more moves than that. We really, really do. Boone's not on the field with them. You can't make them hit. Exactly. These guys are paid millions of dollars to hit the baseball. They were paid millions of dollars before Boone. They're paid during Boone. They're going to be paid after Boone. So it's their job to hit. It's their job to hit. So not a consistent offense. As your point, it's been an inconsistent offense for a while, with a couple of big bats carrying the machine, right? So we need balance across the board. The best Yankees teams had a balance of star players, young kids, and developing players, and veterans, crafty role players. So, and good experience, good insight, good leadership. Like they had it all. You know what I mean? So, and this is the thing too. Our moves are not their moves, which is true too. But we play GM all the time. We're well informed as Yankee fans. We give our opinion. Nothing wrong with that. But you're right. Our moves are usually not their moves. So. I would do the same thing, Luis. Yeah. Send Oswaldo down. Yes. Let him keep working on stuff. One day of going down wasn't enough. Let him work on some things while he's down there. 100%. 100%. Like, yeah, since Judge went out, they're 4-8 without Judge. So you see the impact. And not having Bader, too. I think when Bader comes back, he'll bring some energy. And he'll I think rev up the energy a little bit. But again, they need Bader and Judge. They do. They need Rodon, too. So, Sever, you saw Sever. He didn't give us much today. And Nestor Cortez, we don't know. He started throwing, though, which is good. He started playing catch yet today, and which is a good first step, but he's a while to go. So, yeah, absolutely, Aiden. Brutal offense. Brutal offense. Brian, same to you, Head Father's Day. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. His opt-out, Jon Snow, can be voided by the team. They can add another year to his contract and completely avoid the opt-out. That's the other clause in his contract, Jon Snow. So I don't think. I mean, they can easily add a year, which completely makes his opt-out. It eliminates it, Brian. It eliminates it, which would essentially make it a 10-year deal for $360 million. He's the most reliable pitcher we have. So, Esteban Florial, I mean, if he can keep up some kind of momentum here, you bring him up. You bring up Peraza. You bring up Chaparro. Just throw some youth in there. Ride with them for a little bit. You know what I mean? So, it's crazy. It's true. Happy Father's Day to you too, Mike Pellegrino. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, you'd think so, right? Call up the Peraza, Florial before. Yes, and exactly. I mean, Al, like I said, like holding players accountable. If you feel like lackadaisical. I don't care if you're hitting, but you have these. When you're playing defense and you're not doing this, I'm gonna sit in you. Period. Sit in you. It's that simple. It's your freaking job. Think, Tiffany, he can't just leave. They can eliminate his opt-out by adding another year to his contract. That's in his contract, Tiffany. So, theoretically, yes, but the opt-out they set it up in such a way that the opt-out can be basically eliminated with another year. So, and that's advantage Yankees for that on that one. We have Cole for 28. Yes, we do. No, exactly. It's bigger than one. Just yes, exactly, Bernie. I mean, it's bigger than one just fix. Roster. That's why. I mean, if you see my trades, I'm trading for guys, young guys with controllable years too. Even with my trade with the Oakland A's, people thought I was crazy the other day, but like Brent Rooker and what's the other guy, Seth Brown. But like they're both 28, but they have like 4 controllable years. After 1 controllable year, so they have reliable payroll, so that they can make a big investment when they need to make a big investment. So, and eh, it's that's why I like that. That's why I like that. That's why I want to trade. And again, like we're not going to get Shane Bieber for Gleyber Torres. It's not going to happen. So that's why I make trades like that with this type of stuff in mind to give them payroll flexibility, give them youth, give them energy, give them diversification, give them left-handed bats. Like that's why my trades are set up the way that they are, and it's based on the Yankees' need and the team's need. So and I fit them accordingly. So they're not always the sexiest moves. I know a lot of folks want the sexier moves, but these are the more realistic trades that they can make. And if you make a couple of these, that could be way better than one sexy move. I mean, that's the way I look at it too. Like, you want to put the Yankees on better footing, but they think differently. That's why I'm not the GM. So it's just the way they think. I mean, it's Michelle. Thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't get my Father's Day. I got two. We both got 2 Father's Day losses, but thank you, Michelle. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, Florian Peraza. I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice. Well, John Blum, yeah, like not the NBA. You could put Michael Jordan on a team with 4 high school players. They're going to go to the playoffs because you have Michael Jordan. One player. We need a lot of players to move the needle, not just one. So it's true. Absolutely true, John. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Like 4 solid trades instead of one blockbuster. Would I like a multiplayer trade with the White Sox? Yeah, because you could address multiple holes in one trade. That's why I mean they seem to be a more realistic trade partner for the Yankees, the White Sox, because you could probably get a starter and a reliever in one trade. So that's an appealing trade to me. It really is. We'll see what these guys do. Michael, happy Father's Day to you too. Yes, yes, definitely a bump in the road. But I mean, I'm glad they're going through this now than September. So, I don't want them to go through it at all. But it's at least it's happening in June, not September. So, um, maybe this needs to be made clear. It's a dick punch for guys like Allen, for Cash, and the rest of them saying, "Damn, we got to do something here. We got to fix this." And maybe they have to do it earlier than later. So, I am kind of happy in a way that it's happening to them. You know, but yeah, I mean, well, exactly. We got a lot of guys getting better and have to get better too. So and the Yankees are, but they showed earlier last month how well they could play when they're healthy. That's when they went when they're 17-10 or something like that. That's the type of team we need. I think once they get healthier, we get Judge back and Bader back here. We're done here. Like you get some guys back. Ian Hamilton for the bullpen because the bullpen's gassed clearly. So they'll play better then. But it's a tough, frustrating venture to go through this shit right now that we're going through. It really is. You know, Yeah, same here. You know, I criticize. If I'm going to criticize management, you got to criticize the players too. I do this. I don't just say fire Boone, fire Cash. At least not me, because that does not solve the problems. So It's deeper than that. You know what I mean? So young bat. Yes, we need young bats. We need versatile, hungry bats too. We need guys that hustle. Guys. I mean, that's why like Peraza hustles, Florial hustles, Chaparro. These guys work hard. They're exciting players. They play hard. We need that here right now. We need that infusion of energy here right now. So I would really hope. I mean, I hope we can wake up tomorrow or Tuesday and be like, "Oh, damn, they did what?" Be nice to get a call or two. Yeah, it'd be really, really nice. Oh, well, exactly, James. We have hit it like we're high up in the home runs, but who cares? Because situational hitting, runners in scoring position, we're like in the bottom half of baseball. So, and that right there, that means the situational hitting is bad. They're not doing it when it counts, and you know what I mean. Nick Switcher would be an interesting one, Yankees fan, as a manager. It would be an interesting candidate. So I really do think that Yankees fan that'd be interesting. Yeah, play the rookies too. I would too. Opt out clause, 100% in agreement. You mean a team opt out, Linda? Yeah, team opt out. I'm telling you. Yeah, exactly. In a perfect world, it would be yes, but the chances of it happening with the players' union owners are. I think the owners would be on board with it, but the players' union probably not. So, but it's. I mean, I think it's a way to be fair here. Yeah, you're getting paid this much money. Yeah, you have to perform. You have to play. If you don't, you're gone. It's really. I mean, it's got to be that way. You can't just saddle these teams with these shitty contracts for a bunch of years for guys who don't play anymore, don't perform anymore. Can't do it. It makes it almost impossible team to get better because they're saddled with this garbage contract. You want them to be better. They should have this option. And even if it's once a year, once every couple of years, once every whatever, some kind of team opt out. Players should not be the only ones to exercise it, to be able to exercise it. So, you know what I mean? I don't know and what GMs are on the market, Neil. That's the problem. If Cashman gets fired, he's going to pick up a job in a day once he's available again. So, with another team, he will. And I don't think the Yankees are going to fire Cashman. Just don't think so. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but well, if you DFA, you eat the whole entire contract. So he's not really saving money. If you trade a player and a team eats some of the money, that's the only way you're going to save money. Wink the man. If you DFA somebody, it turns into a release. You eat every dime of his contract, every dime. So, Dev, man, thank you so much. I appreciate the early happy birthday too. Yeah, Lemieux's he's going through it right now, Gerald. That's just true. He's going through it bad. So it's unfortunate, but it's true. Yes, he will, Michelle. If he gets fired, he'll get picked up pretty instantly. Yep, by another team. I talked about this too, Yodel. Yeah, I would trade Glaber. He's got some value. I would trade him. I would. So Toronto, yeah, we need them to lose, boo. Too. Yeah, him in Baltimore, we need them to lose. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, same here, Gerald. I mean, he's been getting some clutch hits, but like something's not on. Something's not right with DJ right now. Something's not right. They got to figure that out. But if he's not physically there, put him on the freaking IL. Call up Peraza. Just do it. So, mhm, they should be sellers. Yeah, I mean, sell. Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be buyers and sellers, but there's only so much they could sell too, Muskie. Like, if they want to trade guys with value, they're going to have to trade away some bullpen guys. They have more value than Torres. They have more value than Severino. They do. That's not something the Yankees or Yankee fans want to hear, but it's true. Very true. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would not wait, honestly, Jonathan. I would start making incremental trades now. So really, well, he was Lorenzo. That's the thing. He turned out to not be a good investment right now. But when he brought him here, he was a clutch. He's still our best postseason hitter. So, but he was killing the ball, and we got him right after he won the MVP with 59 home runs. So, and again, the Marlins agreed to eat money, so it was a wise move for them. But it's turning into something different now because he's older, unfortunately. But Stephen B, I get your point, and I totally get that. I mean, maybe we could have gotten Harper. Maybe. Yeah, the trade deadline is August 1st. We have about, what, 6 weeks or something like that? Um, about 6 weeks. Boone might be fired by the All-Star break, and it's not even his fault. He might be, Ed. You might be. But then again, even Hal said the other day there's no guarantee that Boone or Cashman will be fired, even if they don't make the playoffs. He said that the other day. So, send down Cabrera to bring up Peraza. I would, John. I would right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I know. But yeah, I'm disappointed that they lost twice on Father's Day too. But again, we were still hopefully all we were celebrated by our families and loved ones and stuff like that. I'm just checking to see if the Yankees made me lose. Celebrated by our loved ones and stuff like that. So, and again, I'm honored and happy that you're on here with me and we're celebrating daddom, being dads and stuff like that. So, being able to celebrate that with you, it's kind of therapeutic. So we're not just being too pissed off about the Yankees. So. Offensive, let me see. Uh, yeah, nothing now. Sometimes it usually happens after a night game or after a doubleheader. They make a roster move because Greg Rice was the 27th man, so they're going to send him back down, option him out. So unless they keep him and option someone else out. So yeah, Let's see. But I do think to a degree they need to structurally change things the up and down the system, up and down the system, minor leagues and major leagues. So they do. Yeah, yeah. Nah, Hicks. I mean, he's getting hot right now, but he was hot with the Yankees too when he traded for him. I expect him to cool off, but it is what it is. Yeah, Glaber should be traded. Exactly, exactly. So again, I think they need to do a lot of structural things and have a different philosophy here too. Again, it's to me, it's going to be incremental. So Ketel Marte and Spencer Steele will be interesting. That's an interesting one. James, I do, but I don't see what the point is if you eat it now, DFA him or DFA him at the All Star break. He's still going to make the money, no matter what. So honestly, I would move on and just bring up Oswald Praza and just keep going that way. You know what I mean? So that's what I would do. Anywhere the Yankees can incrementally get better, I would do right now. I mean, really. So what's up, Clarence? What's up, Ominous Jerry? Demetrius, what's good, gang? Clarence, Daniel, Ominous, what's up? Billy Branch was on fire yesterday in the on the live stream. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Billy. The Yankees are losing. It sucks, but I'm fortunate for the life that I live right now too. So that's good perspective, Billy Branch. Very good perspective. Yep. I appreciate that, James. Chaparro's been pretty solid. He's cooled off a little bit. I mean, right now the hottest are Florial and Peraza by far. They are just doing everything you could ask for and then more. So those would be the two guys. If you had to call up two, those would be the two I would call up right now. That's what I would. They could trade Peraza, but I mean, if his value is that high and Torres's value is not as high, then I want to keep Peraza because he's more valuable than Torres. I would just trade Torres and get what I can get for him and keep Peraza. So, and Peraza's way better than Torres defensively too. So, and again, if they're gonna trade Peraza, you better get a frontline guy. Well, why would they do it? Is my question. It's just crazy. Yeah, yes, Brett Austin Wells is raking too. Yes, yeah, Volpe 15 stolen base. He's doing a lot of things, Volpe. You know, his hitting is still developing and needs more development, obviously. But at the same time, he's playing hard. Made a great defensive play the first game, so he's playing hard. And I want more guys like that. So, all right, we got 93 likes. Can we get 7 more to get 100 likes, gang? Can we get 7 more to 100? Greatly appreciated. Billy, let me know, man, if we get 100. Juan Soto will be huge. You have to give up a lot, Aiden, but he'll be huge. Solar, maybe. Volpe, Dominguez, and Wells for Juan Soto. I don't know, Yankees fan. Maybe. I personally want Volpe and Peraza to be here. But to get a guy like Soto, I mean, it's going to have to hurt, right? So that's the thing. It's going to have to hurt. So, yeah, he might, Bobby, but he might not. So, yeah, I'm with him. I'm with you too, Brett. I'm still in Volpe's corner too. I'm not, bailing on these guys. I'm not bailing on these guys. Yeah. Yeah. Brett's, yeah. 100 likes. All right, gang. Thank you so much for 100 likes. You know what's crazy, Rob? Like they DFA'd Florial a couple weeks ago and put him on waivers. Nobody claimed him, which is like, what the freaking hell? So I wonder if he has more trade value now because he's on fire right now. He is on fire. So that's insanity, absolute insanity. Now let's see here, Yankees. Who in the hell are they playing on Tuesdays? The Mariners are in town. Okay. I heard it's Luis Castillo or so it's George Kirby versus Garrett Cole on Tuesday. I heard Luis Castillo is supposed to be pitching on Wednesday too. So, um, well, I mean, he hit 300 in his first series up last year, Peraza. So, um, we don't need him to be a star either. So he's already a star defensively. He's the best defensive player in the whole entire system by a mile. He's already shown he can hit at the major league level credibly. If he replaces Torres' offense, plays better defense, he has 6 more controllable years. Torres has 1, and he's going to cost a lot to resign. So that to me makes it valuable too. So, Aiden, why didn't we talk to you? She That's a great question. I don't know. Who knows if we did? I didn't, so I don't know. How's it going to give Soto 400 million? If they're willing to give Otani like 500, then I'd be willing to give Soto 400. So Soto's only 24. So if you're going to give somebody that type of money, it should be 24, and not somebody who's going to be 30. But that's why I worried about the Judge contract. Oh. Yeah, he still has trouble hitting the major league pitching, breaking ball and quality. Yeah, and he's got to learn to hold off on it too. Excuse me. He's got to learn to hold off on those types of pitches. So Shelly Duncan's doing great in AAA, but we'll see if he gets a shot at the big show. We'll see. Who goes down for Bader? It could be Oswaldo going down for Bader too, Jonathan. Could be Oswaldo. So, and again, like if I'm gonna, yes, you can build back the farm during the draft, and that's why I think Sabian and Minaya could be very valuable. And again, if I'm gonna trade for, like, if I'm gonna bring Soto here, I'll extend them for 10 years, and I'm gonna give him an opt out after 5. So if he wants to be a free agent at 30 or 31 and get a big deal, go right ahead. And if he walks, deuces. We just got 5 or 6 prime years of Soto. Bounce. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? So I would give an opt out halfway through Soto's deal. Dominguez is doing okay, even, but not justifying being brought up to AAA yet. Cole Calhoun is gone. He's signed with another team. I think the day after he left the Yankees, he opted out. He signed with another team. Well, yep. Yeah, Willie Calhoun. You know, I mean, he said from what they signed him for, a minor league deal, he's done. He's given the Yankees what they needed. Expecting more, I don't think is reasonable or realistic for a guy like Calhoun. So, which sucks, but it's true. And Gardner company. I mean, build around. I don't know, but I would make him a starting center fielder. Bernie, I get it. You build around Judge, but to me, Bader's a good player to build around Judge, and he's the type of guy that we need here with his energy and his fire. But yeah, we do need him to stay healthy more, 100% on that. So Kirby Tuesday, Castillo Wednesday, ooh Thursday. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know who's going to be Wednesday against versus Castillo. So Hermonter. Yeah, it's just about right. I don't know, Aiden. House says stuff like that, but I don't know what to believe. Oh. Yeah, I mean, what are the bright spots, James? Exactly. It's bright spots here and there. You look for them, you find them, and and you appreciate them when they're there. But all in all, the Yankees need to do better everywhere, everywhere. So, yes, Jonathan, you can definitely rebuild with the draft. You got that right. Yeah, Ryan. So, I mean, he's just almost lost out the play, and this happens to him every time he comes up to IL. He stinks for like 2 weeks, and then he comes back and he starts hitting, tears the ball, kills the ball for like a month, and then he'll either get hurt again or start stinking. So it's like the psycho with Stanton. I mean, it really is. You just need him to be murdering the ball like soon and in the playoffs if we make the playoffs. So it's crazy. Yeah, Brett Gardner, exactly, Artisana. Would I trade Severino? Yeah, of course I would. I've said that, Jonathan. I put him in my trade proposals. So yeah, I would. I would definitely trade Severino. He's a big arm, but again, I think the relationship's already fractured with him and the Yankees, and I don't think they're going to resign him. So you try to get what you can for him. So, well, that too. Yeah, the team seems lost. It's lifeless. You're right about that, Johnny. So, yeah, Sunil. DFA Donaldson calling up Peraza. I mean, and Rizzo to the IL for Chaparro. Yeah. What's up, coconuts? Yeah, Allen's he got a hip flexor thing, so he's out about 4 to 6 weeks too. Greg Allen, hip flexor strain, which sucks, but it's true. His defense and his speed would be a nice welcome here right now. He had a nice run with the Yankees when he first came back here. He was playing well, and then he got hurt, which sucks. So yeah, exactly, Yankees fan. He catches fire, he gets hurt for a little while, and then he stinks for a little while, and then he catches fire. And it's like almost like a rinse and repeat thing. So George, I mean, the Mariners are slowly building themselves a formidable team over there. They really are. Houston's run might be coming to an end at some point. It's going to be like Seattle and Texas in the West, which is crazy, but not out of this, not unrealistic. The El Duque dance, I mean, uh, nah, I mean, I can get my legs up that high, but I can't. I didn't do the El Duque dance. hmm Who do you replace him with, Sunil? Boom. Yeah, we haven't been 100% healthy all season. Not even from the start of the season. We had guys on the IL already. So that's important to remember that too. Yep. Yep. A Judge is definitely valuable. But we need more players so that if a guy like Judge goes down, they have more, security kind of wrapped around him. So we need more contact and energy players and speed players. So do it, man. Do it, Sunil. Take over, dude. Come on. Get in there. Throw your name in the hat, bro. Throw it in there, baby. Package around Severino. I would trade Severino and I would trade Torres and in different trades. Try to get as much as you possibly can. You get some payroll relief, but I think you can get some type of value. But I wouldn't expect a blockbuster package every time. You get what you get. So again, to me, if I'm replacing Torres with Peraza, I'm happy. I'm replacing Severino with a healthy Rodon, I'm happy. You get another start at some point, I'm happy. So Andrew, dang, welcome. Welcome to the 161, brother. Welcome. Happy to have you, man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and this is the other problem too. Like when the Yankees lose a lot of folks feel like they don't care, and to a degree, you know, yeah, I Stinky Skunk Mall. That doesn't do anything for me. I know where you got that from too, Sunil. It's no value out of that. Nothing at all. Nothing productive. I don't get anything productive from them. But I get what you're saying, Sunil. Yeah, man. I mean, freaking Reds are stacked. I like your humor better, Sunil. It's funnier. It makes more sense. Yeah, dang. Gotta go through this mess. D-backs, yes, they are. Did they get swept by the Phillies, or did they lose 3 out of 4 from the Phillies? Yeah. Sevy's gone by the deadline. I think Torres is gone by the deadline too. Mm-hmm. You get my vote, Sunil. You get my vote, brother. Peraza, when he came up last year, he hit just fine when he was up here. I'm confident Peraza. I'm confident Peraza. And at this point, to me at least, James, but I get what you're saying. To me, it makes more sense to move Glaber now and get what you can. If you can get a controllable reliever, you get a controllable reliever. Something that can help. So, and you can move to Severino for a valuable piece. I'll take it. I'll take it. Sunil and Eric, man. Put your name, put your hat in, your what do you call your hat in this, man, in the race. Please jump in here. Give these people some love, man. Let's show them what you can do with this team. Sunil and Eric, you got my vote, boys. You got my vote. Mm. Put them on, bro. Hit that bag, NFE. I got my long tie bag. I just kicked the crap out of the bottom of it. Those low kicks. I keep my kicks low, NFE. Keep them low. Yeah. McMahon replaces Donaldson. I get it. I've heard this too, Brett. Yeah. Yeah, Sevy. I mean, he's shown to have a selfish side too, Brett. I've seen it too. Another reason I would move him for whatever the hell you can get. If you get him for a left-handed bat, okay. No. Reason. They have both. They have some super. But they have superstars who weren't. They weren't superstars when they got there. They turned them into superstars, like Wander and some of these guys. So they're just really good at developing. My dream trade deadline acquisition. Who would you trade? Probably. I mean, that would be like a realistic for me too. On this, I would do a big trade with the White Sox. I'd go for Dylan Cease, uh, Garrett Crochet, and even another reliever, maybe Hendricks or Joe Kelly. So I guess started two relievers. I would trade Torres and prospects for that. I think that would be a good trade. It would dress holes for the Yankees and it'd be realistic. I mean, yeah, I would love to get Juan Soto or some of these guys, but like it would be really, really hard to do. So, but that's what I would do, Ominous. What about you? I don't think Judge is happy, Arson. I really don't. Strength and conditioning, I would do that, man, and the flexibility, keep these guys healthy or healthier. So it shouldn't be getting help. It hurt us this much. It really shouldn't. Say that again, Sunil. Probably the best question I've heard. Why the F is Donaldson being protected on the roster while Hicks is exactly, exactly, dude, exactly. Amen, brother. I mean, I essentially go from like the calf up. I keep my kicks low. Calf up to maybe the chest. I can hit to the face, but like the higher it is, the easier it is for them. For people, anybody that has skilled hands, like protect high kicks for the most part. But and that was southpaw nice. I'm with you. So I go after the hamstrings, the calf, side kick, front side kick to the knee. I do a lot of that stuff in the feet. Yeah, a lot of fakes too. Fake hit, fake kick to the back fist, fake back fist to the kick. So a lot of type of stuff. Fake around outside roundhouse, which turns into an inside to outside crescent. So it was like a fake, boom, and it goes the other way. And that's the problem too, Johnny. He's had trouble hitting. He can kill in the minors, but he has trouble in the majors. And I've never seen him hit this well in the minors. So maybe he's made some adjustments, but like, I mean, my God, yeah. White Sox, yeah, they definitely have some kid. That's the best. Yeah, Joe Kelly's playoff tested with the Red Sox. I mean, like, I think the best opportunity for a multi-player trade would be um, White Sox. Do I see the Mets getting Otani? No, I do not. No. Yeah, we'd have to trade a ton for Soto. Yep. Yeah, Rodon is well, so he starts his rehab on Tuesday. His games actually on Tuesday. So my guess is early July. He'll have a couple games before that, and he'll be back in here in July, which will be good. It'd be really good to have him back, especially his velocity is already at 96. He's recovering well. Seems to be back to the healthy Rodon, which is good. We freaking need it bad. We need it badly. You know what I mean? But I mean, Otani, yeah. I mean, I think he stays in Anaheim. They're gonna try to make a run with him and try to convince him to stay here, unless somebody gives some ridiculous trade. So, but in free agency, Dodgers and Mariners are my two exactly, Brett. Dodgers and Mariners are my two front runners. Yeah. Yeah, if I'm going to give Florian and Peraz a shot, you want to keep him up here for at least a month or two. You got to give him fair shots. It's only fair. Let them show what they can do. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So kick into the calf. It's if you, especially if you hit in the same spot a couple times. Oof. Now you gotta watch out because people are skilled with the legs, know how to check those kicks. But um, but going to wear the calf, wearing the hamstring out, it's oh god, you lose your entire lower foundation and your stability. It makes it so hard. And then if you're skilled, you can just go after the upper body all day. Especially if you if you can roll on the ground, then they're in trouble if they don't have if you're beating their legs up. 'Cause they need their legs to roll too. They need their lower body stability. You know. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, and if I appreciate that, man. I think the White Sox was probably the most realistic one. Was honestly, I think so. Do I see Montez? Yeah, maybe in September, but it'll probably be out of the bullpen. Maybe long relief or something like that. Yeah, yeah. They need to move, move some things around here. So they got to move some things around. And I would not. So Weiss already got recalled, right? He already got optioned out. Well, I was the 27th man anyway, so that was expected. Whoever's the 27th man usually gets optioned back out. So there's no surprise. Um, yeah, Weiser. Let's see if there's anything else. Is there anything else? I don't know. No, nothing yet. Okay, nothing yet. Yeah, I think Montez has gone after the season. I don't see him coming back. San Fran for Shohei? Yeah, maybe. They definitely have the cash. Yes, they do. Yeah, would I if Bader can come back healthy and be productive? Yes, I would, Benji. Seems to be the right guy, and he likes playing here. Got the right mindset for this team. So yeah, he's the guy I would. I would resign him over Torres. So, I think you can probably get him for 4 years, Bader. Uh, I think it's going to cost about I think it's going to cost 4 or 5 years, and even at 5 years, he'll only be 33. He's 28 now, so Yankees kick some of the cash, yeah, asses, yeah. Well, they definitely want to. They don't want to be kicked by guys like NFA. So you get kicked by those guys, and they're going to be out. Could be the rest of the season. You don't want to mess with those guys. Judge, I'm going to say at least 4 weeks, not until July, Benji. So, and yes, I would resign Bader. Prasa. I'm hearing a lot of stuff out there training for Tyler O'Neill. So, and you know, exactly, Sonia. Tell him, baby. Uh, I hope so. I hope the Yankees make moves, man. I'm not sure if Newbar's gonna get moved. I'd be shocked if he did. Uh, St. Louis, yeah, they have been. I'm hearing Tyler O'Neill again. That those type of talks are coming. They're starting to reappear. So, Johnny Lawrence, he couldn't defend the crane kick, man. Freaking guy. Exactly, Yankee fan. He couldn't defend the freaking crane kick. Mr. Miyagi's crane kick. Unbelievable. Varsho. I mean, Varsho's got versatility too, like a catcher and outfield. That's crazy versatility. But you're right, man. New Park can get moved. I think O'Neill will probably get moved first, but New Park can get moved too. There's no reason he can't, Yankee fan. So, you get a good package, sure. Sure. That's a good point. Would I trade for Arenado? I'm afraid if he comes here, he's going to start his decline sooner than later. So, yeah, Brandon Lockridge, I'm hearing he's doing some good things. But where is he? In high A? Is he in double A? I think it might be in high A. Tyler O'Neill's young. He's got next year, Arb, and then he's a free agent in 2025. So could be the left fielder. And again, I don't know how much it would cost, but it could be. It'll cost less than some other guys. less than Newbar. Otani, yeah, he's also going to be in the wrong side of 30 next year too, so I worry about that. But Otani's definitely. I mean, he's the number one guy to pursue in free agency and trade. So seriously, you know, yeah, I mean, it's a good question, but I don't know personally what type of value Newbar has, but I get it. Chop blocks to the chin, they suck. Uh, the Martian is shot right, not right now, Benji. He's barely holding his own in Double A, so I would not call him up right now. He's got to prove that he's ready to play at least Triple A and then get up here. So I would not, under any circumstances, call up Dominguez right now. None. Yeah. This is a brutal Yankee stretch. I mean, it really is. Would I trade Glaber now? Yes, I wouldn't hesitate. Lockridge in Triple A. Okay. He's got to be a guy worth looking at. I would trade Glaber. Yes, Benji. Probably for a controllable reliever. So, short potatoes. Are you saying Peraza and Volpe are gone? What do you mean? I would put Peraza at short and Volpe at short at second. To me, it's a more. I think it's a better fit defensively. So, yeah, I think. I mean, and I would not wait until the deadline. I know they want to wait until hopefully people are more desperate, but I don't think he's going to get more of a. He's not going to get a huge haul. He's not going to get it unless he starts hitting like Aaron Judge did last year, which I doubt. So, um, I put. I would move him sooner than later. Get more time out of whoever you're going to get in here, and especially if it's a controllable reliever with multiple years, like that's value. And like I said, I'm not going to move Torres just for anybody. I want some trade value back for him in a trade. I really do. Glaber and Brito for Giolito, but I would do that, Sean. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. What do y'all think of this Sean Browning's trade? Sammy Sandafua. Show me. Paint the fence. Stroman or Hendricks? I think Hendricks would probably be easier to get, Benji. I think there's a little bit of a beef between Stroman and the Yankees anyway, so I'm not sure that's doable. I know people want to go after Cody Bellinger too, so. Aiden, yes. Right. All day. Sox don't need Glaber, but why do they need Peraza and not Glaber? I mean, trade Torres needs to be for a bat. I would personally run. I get what you're saying. I would trade Severino for a bat and Torres for an arm. So they sent them Weiser and Oswaldo. Okay, well that's probably the corresponding move for Harrison Bader, the Oswaldo Cabrera. The Weiser is no surprise because he was the 27th man, so they didn't have to do anything there. So he was going to go down. Yeah, let's see. Returned him option to triple. Yep, yeah, exactly. That's the Yankee. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I don't know, Briscoe. I mean, it's easier said than done, but a lot of people feel this way, Briscoe. A lot of people feel this way. I get it. So that's why I said we need Sevy to stay healthy and be more productive to get trade value. But he's got a big arm and everybody knows it. And I think if any team would be willing to acquire him and give something back for him because they think they can do a better job than the Yankees have with him. So, Peraza would be awesome, but I think that move, TJ, is going to be for Bader because he's coming back. I think. If it's a rebuilding team. No, I get that too, but I wouldn't. I would. If I'm going to trade Peraza, I'm going to trade for a starting pitcher, not a reliever. I'm going to trade Torres for a reliever. I'd rather have Bummer than Crochet in that case. Personally. Would I re-sign Sevy next year? Nope. That's why I'd move him, get something back for him. Getting something is better than nothing. Yeah, you remember that, Sean? And I wasn't one of them that was saying that. Said it's important to temper the expectations, let him grow. So many people were saying Volpe was the next Jeter, and so many people saying that Dominguez is the next Mickey Mantle, Mike Trout. I'm like, guys, let's be realistic with these. Let these kids grow and develop. I mean, but again, it's like it's a lot of folks get this stuff from other sources, other channels, other pundits, or whatever. So, because there's so many people saying that, and it's like they haven't done anything to prove that yet. Jeter's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like that's a dangerous thing to expect Volpe. Let Volpe be Volpe. That's why we got him here. You know what I mean? Let him be Volpe. You know. But it sound yeah, Burn, yeah, they have been kind of invested him as the next guy. But it's the problem. We need the next guys. You know what I mean? No matter how good he becomes, we're still gonna be. They need more. They need more. But yeah, but you're right. I mean, it is kind of a business move, but they need more than Volpe. Just like they need more than Judge. Yeah, Jeter was one vote shy of unanimous. That guy better be in hiding. Better be in hiding. So Jim Moore, exactly. Playoffs? Playoffs? Yeah, exactly. I feel let the Volpes let the Volpes be Volpe. Let the Perazzas be Perazzas. Like let's stop linking them onto a freaking Hall of Fame player. That's just unfair to them. I mean, really. But yeah, Kellenic, Torkelson, yeah, exactly. It takes time. It takes time. So, 100%. And if you're 100% right, you call it Peraza. I mean, I think that Oswaldo Cabrera move is going to be for Bader because we know he's coming up. So, but we'll see. You know. So his name was supposed to be the guy in the Rizzo. Well, again, this is again like according to certain people. I mean, it's this like there's certain people that think the Yankees can just get anybody they want, free to see anybody they want in the trade. That's not realistic. Not everyone wants to come here. Not everyone wants to be traded here. So it just that's not the way it works. Cashman can't do anything he wants anytime he wants. He can't do that. So I mean that's not reality. That's the problem. So I would do the same thing. Leave Cabrera in AAA. Let him develop for a little while. Let him work on some things. You know, up for Allen for what? What do you mean, Yankee fan? Up for Allen. What do you mean by that? Up for Allen? Yeah, I mean J. Rod. I mean, yeah, he's great. He's great. The problem is when you have a big rookie year, and then people expect you to have an even bigger second year and an even bigger third year. Like it's just again, it's crazy. It's crazy the way that it is, but it's true. That's just not. Let me see what else here. Uh, yeah. So yeah, it looks like Oswaldo Cabrera's for Harrison Bader. Strictly prohibited from criticism of. Who knows? You might be right. You might be right. I mean, I definitely expect more out of Dylan Lawson too. You know what's crazy, Sunil, is that who knows a disciple of Dylan Lawson? Austin Wells. So, and he's how do you think these guys get tape to watch from the coaches? So, but I get it. I know a lot of other channels are saying F Dylan Lawson, F Dylan. That's just they're making a huge thing out of this. But I get it. He's not doing himself any favor right now. Any favors. I get it. So, and this is the thing too. I've said this repeatedly. We're not going to get a number one or a number two reliever Torres. Get what we can get. Get a controllable reliever if we can. That's good value. So if he gets traded to Seattle, they need a bat. And Glaber's definitely better than Colton Wong. So um, if he gets traded to Seattle for top 10 prospect, I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't cry because you have an in-house replacement already in Oswald Peraza. You know what I mean? That's the thing we need to remember. We have an in-house replacement already here. We don't need to trade another one. I mean, this is what I would do right now, Benji, in terms of catching. I would bring up Ben Warfet. I would try to trade Higgy, which I think he has value. He has one more year before he's a free agent. He's a free agent in 2025. And I would bring Austin Wells up to AAA, give him a taste of AAA, let him see how well he adjusts. So, Sean, yeah, I mean, so many people keep saying he's like the top second baseman in baseball. No, he's not. He's not. It's good, yes, but like he's being severely overvalued by certain people. Severely overvalued. Nestor probably another 4 weeks. I'd say Jonathan probably right around when Judge returns. But that's essentially like three deadline acquisitions: Nestor, Judge, and Rodon. So, and I hope those aren't considered the moves by Cashman in them. So, yeah, he'll get you a top 10 prospect on a team, not top 10 in major leagues. So, that I think we got to keep that in perspective. Oh, yeah, I would. Yeah, I would make more adjustments. A smaller bat makes sense too, Eddie. Mariners traded Colton Wong, did they? And then who's their second baseman? And a female. Much love, brother. I'm gonna wrap it up in a second too. But always a pleasure having you on, bro. Always a pleasure, man. Love talking to you. The Mets, yeah, the Mets suck. The Yankees are bad. And they're still 6 games over 500 or 5 games over 500. The Mets are way under 500, and their payroll's even higher than the Yankees. So it's crazy, but it's true. Yeah, it just happens. Sophomore struggle like J Rod. Yeah, he's struggling a little bit. So, and I mean, I think you can trade Higashioka. You could probably trade him to the Marlins for something. Marlins said they wanted a catching depth. Well, here it is. They're not going to pay a haul of prospects for Salvador Perez from the Royals. They're not going to do that. But Higashioka could be a nice depth piece for them. Yeah, I think Otani's going to the Dodgers or the Mariners. Sean. Yeah. You could trade guys to the Guardians. You could trade Torres to the Guardians. You could trade Higashioka to you can move things. Yeah, I mean, he took him a while to adjust last year to James, but he caught on pretty quickly. He's a more advanced bat than most of the other folks. Would I try to trade for an Aaron Nola? I would not, Benji. I would try to sign him this offseason. He's a free agent. I don't think the Phillies are going to move because they're going to try to make it again. So I don't think he's tradable. I think he's going to go to free agency. And if I'm the Yankees, I will be pursuing him. I want two starters this offseason. I think it's a good move for the Yankees. Yes, so now I mean, if you can go Gleyber Torres and Everson Pereira, someone was their number 4 prospect for a guy like Shane Bieber. I mean, that's it. Shane and Torres are on the same contract. They're free agents in 2025. But the Yankees add a top 5 prospect to it. That could be, and you can add even a 10 to 15 prospect to that. It'll be a good, I think, a competitive package for a guy like um, Shane Bieber. You know, and Spencer Jones he's hit another moonshot today. I think he's more advanced than Dominguez, in my opinion. I'm a Yankee fan. I think Jones will make it to the majors before Dominguez does. Would I trade Glaber for Shane Bieber in a heartbeat, Benji? In a heartbeat. I think they would make some adjustments with Shane Bieber, Sean, for Yankee Stadium. Yeah, I don't see Otani here either. It just doesn't make sense. Well, they have Jimenez for shortstop, and they have Ahmed Rosario for second, so you could play Glaber at second. So I don't know if Ahmed Rosario was the other guy that they got with Jimenez, who they just extended for Lindor. So you could pair Glaber, who's better than Ahmed Rosario, and that I think would be a better combination offensively for the Guardians. So it's just my 2 cents on that, but I get what you're saying. I think my I don't know, Brett. I mean, you might be right, but who knows? Next open panel will be this coming next Saturday, 20. Oh, what is that? 24th, Jonathan, 24th, I think. So yeah, I mean, it's intriguing to see the Angels up there. It's intriguing to see the Texas Rangers up there. So it's nice to see the other teams that aren't the Astros out there. So Dominguez and Wells for Erod. Who's Erod? Who's Erod, Sean? Well, that's the other thing too, Benji. This is the other thing about Otani. I said this earlier too. If you're gonna sign Otani, you have to trade Stanton too. It's a tougher proposition than people think. No. Yeah, I mean, I worry about Sunil. You know this too. I worry about Cortez too. I think he was overused last year, and it's affecting him this year. And like velocity's down on Michael King right now. The bullpen is gassed, and it's a lot. And partly due to the starters not giving length and not being reliable, which puts more stress on the bullpen. So I'm really glad that Cole's doing what he's doing. Really. So the Yankees, oh, they have no choice. Otani's going to make more than Judge no matter where he goes. There is no way he's not going to make at least 100 million more than Judge, and they know that too. Like he'll make more than Judge if he comes to the Yankees, but I doubt he's going to come to the Yankees anyway. So apparently he has like some kind of no media clause too, where he doesn't really have to talk to the media a lot, and that's not going to fly in New York either. You know that. So who's he? What? Eduardo Rodriguez? You talking about the guy from the Tigers? Did I miss something? Well, exactly, Sean. I would just DFA him, which leads to a release at Donaldson. So he's not. They're not going to get any. They're not going to get anything back from the trade, and no team is going to assume the rest of the money when they can just get him off waivers and pay the minimum. When after he's released, I mean, pay them the league minimum for him. So cash cow, money machine. There's no doubt about it. He's definitely a cash guy. He's a star. Yeah, instead of saying shaking your head, just tell me who are you talking about, Erod. I want to make sure. I want to make sure that I understand what you're talking. You're talking about Eddie Rosario. Well, that's not Erod. It's Eros. If you're talking about Eddie Rosario. Yeah, Edwin Rodriguez from the Tigers. The pitcher, right? Yeah, isn't it Eduardo Rodriguez? Yeah, he has an opt out. I think he's going to be a free agent after the season. So yeah, I thought it was Eduardo Rodriguez. There's no way the Yankees would have to give up that much for him. It sounds like he's going to opt out and become a free agent. He has an opt out clause, so I think Otani's a Dodger or a Mariner. Chicken pong. I'm going to wrap it up in a second too. By the way, again, this was a great conversation. I like the feedback I'm getting from all of you. This is good. This is good. If you're not subscribed to this channel, I hope that you do that because we have these conversations on a regular. So I like all this stuff. And again, we don't always agree, but that's okay. That's what makes the channel great. So the Rangers, I think, will throw money at him too. Benji, yep. Yep. I think the Rangers will make a couple of trades at the deadline too. Yeah. I mean, again, I would still take Soto over Otani, but that's just me. That's just me. Some other people too. So, but they're both star players, obviously. Soto, Otani. I mean, as good as it gets. And he's an on-base machine too, Soto, which is why I would come. If he came here, I put him at second, have Judge batting third, give Judge an opportunity to drive in runs on a more regular basis. It's better than him hitting constant solo home runs. Collectively, Brett, I'm with you too. Mike Trout's the best player in baseball the last decade. I would agree. Collectively, overall, yep. I think you're 100% right, Brett. I think he'll sniff 500 home runs, Sean. He's at almost 400 right now. How was he? 30, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think he's going to get 500 pretty easily, actually. Miggy was definitely a special player. And he's got 365 home runs right now. He's at 31. I think he'll definitely get 500. So, and 935. And he'll probably get 15, 16, 700 ribbies too. I think Trout's definitely he's got a 301 average career. So, I definitely think he gets 500. 09, yes, they did. They sucked in the start of 09, Brother Bell. This is true. Yankees were terrible in 2009 to start the season. He's not on pace 1,500. He has 15 home runs already, Shawn Michael. He has 15 right now, Trout. He's got 15 home runs, 39 ribbies. OPS of 843 right now, Mike Trout. I have his stats right in front of me. Maybe you can see it. Mike Trout. 15 homers, 39 ribbies. Got 365 in his career. Mike Trout. Billy Martin. Career WAR. Career OPS is 994. I mean, Trout's a beast. He could retire today and go to Hall of Fame. He could retire today. You don't think Trout will reach 3,000 hits? Let's see where he's at. Hits wise. Hits. 1,610. That one's probably a little bit tougher. But, he might make it. He might get it, but I think he'll get 500 home runs pretty easily. 1,500 ribbies pretty easily. So, but, yeah, I mean, yeah, he has suffered some injuries, Coconuts, that's for sure. But, again, let me let you all go. I appreciate you all coming on. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day again to all the dads. Whatever your capacity is as a dad, happy Father's Day. And Otani, if he retired today, would be a Fuzzy asked us earlier today. I responded to Fuzzy. Probably, based on the way that people calculate stuff now. I still think if he had a couple more years, it would all but shoe in. But he's done something that hasn't been done. But I think he needs at least 3 to 4 more years of it to shoe it as a first ballot guy. I think Trout's a first ballot guy right now. So, but thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate you. Hit that like on the way out if you don't mind. Again, happy Father's Day, everybody. Peace and love to all of you. Any news that comes out tomorrow, you will get it. So make sure that you're subscribed here if you're not. That way you don't miss anything. And again, come join us on the live streams too. We appreciate that. Freeman might get 3,000. Great player. Great player. He's on a Hall of Fame track too. But peace and love to all of you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.